Macintosh Summer Reading Program. And this is the last one already. This is the last Friday activity of the whole summer. But you can keep reading for 2 more weeks on Beanstack. So today's activity is 5.7 and it's called Rubber Band Shooter. And remember that this is brought to you by Vernon Communications. They have been editing and enhancing our videos all summer long. I don't know what we would do without them. So thanks to Vernon Communications. Well, we're going to get started, and then at the end, I have a special announcement to make. All right, so we're going to make a rubber band shooter that won't take you any time at all. First, what you need to get is just some popsicle sticks, or sometimes they're called tongue depressors. These ones are the popsicle sticks, the smaller ones, and this is the tongue depressors. I would get 2 of each. Too big, too small. Or you know what? Any kind of, you could probably even use really hard cardboard for this, and that would work just as well. So what you're going to do is, you're going to get this is what we're trying to create. All right, and you need a clothespin as well, because that's going to be your release. You're going to put the rubber band in there and stretch it out to here, and then you'll release it and it'll shoot at a target. But I'm going to say this probably more than once during this video, is I'm going to show you these, but you really do have to be very, very careful. This is not for shooting at people. This is for shooting at targets, seeing how far it can go, how high can it go. You have to be careful with this, because you would not want to hit somebody in the face, all right? So, I don't have any more pretty colored clothespins, so I have just a plain one. And this one, I hope it works. It's really got a stiff lever, so these ones are much easier to release. So we'll see how this works. So the first thing you want to do is, I'm going to follow my instructions and just kind of read through them all before you start, just to make sure you have everything. I have my hot glue gun on. I have a ruler, a pen, some rubber bands, and that's fun too, is to try all sorts of different rubber bands. Like, are the skinny ones the best? Are the fat ones the best? Are the long ones the best? That's the fun of something like this, is experimenting to see what's the best. So it says glue 2 jumbo ones together. And you know, I don't think these are jumbo. I think these are just regular sized ones. So I'm just going to put little bits of glue kind of along here. And put that together. And remember, if you're using hot glue, you have to be careful. And it says glue 2 smaller craft sticks together, one on top of the other. So same thing. You know, I think probably you're doing 2, because that makes this base a little wider here, so it'll hold the rubber band a little better. So now I have that done, and it says, using glue, attach one end of the smaller sticks about 1 inch down from the top of your handle piece. So this is called the handle, the bigger one. And I have a ruler here, so I'm going to measure about 1 inch, just so I kind of know that I'm kind of staying in the ballpark here, so I don't go too low or too high. So I shouldn't go any lower than that. I'm going to flip that over like that and just hold that for a little bit. So it says this is the top, this is the bottom, and this is your handle to hold on to. I'm gonna put a little glue here, and then I'm not exactly sure where it goes on here. So I'm gonna put it here, so then it'll end up at the right place. And if you're not using hot glue, you're gonna have to let this sit so it dries really, really well. But I'm gonna let this dry a little bit and cool off. And then I'm gonna talk to you about, so what I did is after I made one, they were so fun, I started making, let's see, what if I designed it this way? What if I did that? So then on one I made the small stick where the release was, because I thought, well, if I stretch that rubber band farther, I think it's gonna fly further. And so then I said, I'm gonna try it this way. And on this one, I don't know if you can see this, but what I did, I was having trouble. I was using a really skinny rubber band. And what I did was I took a serrated knife, and this would be something you would definitely need help with. And I kind of sawed a little nook in there so that my rubber band can go in that, and it stays in there better when I am stretching it. So you put the rubber band there, and this is the trickiest part. So now you can see how the rubber band goes. It's across the top, and then one side of the rubber band is here, and then it kind of comes back together, and both pieces of the rubber band are pinched in here. And then now you can see I did something a little bit different on this one as well, is I glued the two smaller ones together here, but then I put the big one in between. So what I did was, after I did this once, then I just started playing around with it. Well, how else could you do this? I just wanted to see what would happen and see if a different design worked better. And I bet you can come up with your own design that will work even better. So I will show you these designs. This is one where the larger one is the handle still, but it splits the two smaller ones. And let's see. I don't know if you'll see this. It's so fast. Woo! All right. So that one went probably about 8 feet. Now I'm going to try a different rubber band, but I don't end on the same shooter, because when you're doing science experiments, even though this isn't Science Day, you don't really want to change more than one variable. So a variable is changing things. So if I chose a different rubber band and a different shooter, then I wouldn't know, well, was it the shooter that made the difference, or was it the rubber band that made the difference? So we gotta only change one thing at a time. Oh, bummer. So now we know that was the rubber band's fault. But let's try a different shooter and we will see. Let's try this shooter. Let's try this shooter where it's the longer puck stick out being the whatever, this barrel, and the clothespin here. And see, this doesn't have a notch in it, and it's a little trickier to do. But I do see the rubber band is stretched more. All right. Oh, definitely further. I see on my floor that it probably went another 2 feet. All right, now let's try the other rubber band. that was a dot before. But you know what I think about this rubber band? The spatter one? I think it has more potential energy. It's just that I can't... Whoa! That one went before I could put it in the shooter. But it went much further, didn't it? Because it was stretched more, so it had more potential energy, more to go. And I bet it, I got it in there, I think it would have went even further. So the thing about this is it's fun. Just try different things. What if you found something that was long and hard and you really were able to stretch your rubber band super duper far? I wonder how much potential energy you can generate with a different design. Well, it's time for my special announcement. And I don't know, maybe some of you have already heard, but I have resigned my position at the library. I am no longer going to be the youth services director. I have a dream that I've had for about 20 years and I really want to pursue that dream. But this job has been really incredible. And the people I've met is why it's been incredible. The kids and the families, you all hold a special place here in my heart, and that will never go away. And what I'm going to do is create an outreach library. And this library will deliver books and materials to people who can't get to the library, or it's just really not safe for them. Maybe they're sick, maybe they're older. Maybe you're just a super busy mom who can't get to the library, but you really want books for your kids. That's my job now. And I'm going to make sure that everyone in Viroqua has what they need from the library. It's going to be called the Red Lou Library, and so when you see the Red Lou van heading down the road, make sure you wave, because I'll wave back. Thanks for all your support, trust, and encouragement over the years. I love you.